Welcome, welcome, welcome to the deep dive. Today we are taking a really fascinating plunge into the world of luxury dive watches. We're looking at some excerpts from Sherpa Ultradive, Tuxedo, and Atoll Edition's deep dive.
Yeah,
And our mission really is to unpack how this passion project brought back some legendary watch engineering. We'll highlight the cool features of these new models and try to understand why they're, more than just watches.
absolutely. It's quite something, isn't it? How watchmaking history, particularly with dive watches, it's just full of clever engineering. And you
Yeah.
really see that spirit, that ingenuity alive and well in what we're looking at today. It's about legacy.
Okay, let's dive in then. So Sherpa Watches, it's basically the creation of Martin Klock. He's an engineer and apparently a massive vintage Enicar fan. And what really jumps out is his drive, to revive those iconic Enicar Sherpa divers from the 50s and 60s. And to do that, he went right back to the core tech, that pioneering compressor case technology developed by EPSA, Irvin Piquerez SA.
Right, EPSA. And that compressor case tech, that's really where the magic is. The unique thing is how it works. It actually seals tighter the more water pressure is on it.
Wow, really?
Yeah, so imagine the deeper you dive, the more watertight the watch becomes. It's elegantly simple, but super effective. And these watches, they have that distinct double crown setup. One at 2 o'clock, that's for the inner rotating timing ring, bidirectional.
Okay.
And the other one down at 4 o'clock, that's for your winding and time setting. But here's the kicker, they don't screw down.
They don't. How does that work for water resistance then?
Well, they use that same pressure principle. The water pressure helps seal them. Combine that with the EPSA Escape Danet case back, and boom, you get 200 meters water resistance. And it's properly tested, too. ISO 6425 dive watch standards. So it's not just a gimmick.
That's amazing. Sealing tighter under pressure. So counterintuitive to modern screw-downs. Okay, so now Sherpa's building on this with two new versions in the Ultradive series. We've got the Ultradive Tuxedo and the Ultradive Atoll, both keeping that core compressor DNA, definitely, but adding personality with these new dial colors. They share the same basic specs, right? Cases 40 millimeter diameter, 13.5 millimeter thick, polished stainless steel compressor case. How does that actually feel on the wrist? Is it bulky?
It actually wears quite well. 40 millimeters is a great size for a lot of people.
It-
And while 13.5 millimeter thick isn't tiny, the compressor case shape,
Yeah.
it often feels less clunky than you'd expect. It manages to have presence without being, overwhelming. Good balance for wearing it all day, in or out of the water.
That's good to hear. Okay, what else? They've got that domed box-style sapphire crystal with that sort of chrome metallization effect at the bottom. Looks really smart.
Gives it a nice vintage vibe, but with modern materials.
And the hands-fastened batons for the Tuxedo, applied indices for the Atoll, diamond-polished hour and minute hands. And I love this detail, that the double lollipop seconds hand with the two loomed on.
Yeah, that's a classic Sherpa touch, a visual check that it's running, even in the dark.
Right. And they come on a tropic-style rubber strap, vulcanized rubber, brushed steel buckle. Oh, and you get a nice little extra, too, a double watch travel roll, Italian leather.
Nice perk.
Both are priced at EUR 6,500, with delivery starting September 2025. So that price point,
Yeah.
it puts them up against some serious competition in the luxury dive watch world.
Mhm.
What makes them stand out, besides the history?
That's a really good question. I mean, EUR 6500 is definitely luxury territory. I think what really sets them apart, beyond the heritage story, which is strong, is that functional compressor case tech. It's not just looks, it's how the watch works. Very few modern watches actually use it like this. That, plus the ethical side we'll get to, it offers something different. For someone who appreciates that genuine engineering history, maybe?
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so they've got the shared tech, but the personality really comes from the dials. Let's look at the Ultradive Tuxedo. Sunray brushed galvanic silver dial. That galvanic process, it gives it a real depth, doesn't it? Catches the light beautifully.
Very vibrant.
And that's contrasted with a matte black inner timing bezel, sharp. And I noticed this detail, deep red date numerals.
Yeah, nice little pop of color.
Plus, Superluminova X1 on the indices. That's the top grade stuff, right? For brightness.
Exactly. Best legibility you can get in low light, and it lasts.
It really does feel, I don't know, classic, elegant, like something you'd see in an old spy film.
It definitely has that vibe. Sophisticated, but still capable.
Yep.
Suits the Tuxedo name perfectly.
Then you flip to the Ultradive Atoll, and the inspiration is completely different. It's all about tropical vibes, turquoise lagoons, reefs. It's got this galvanic turquoise dial paired with a clean white rotating ring. Makes the whole watch feel really light and bright, Perfect summer watch.
Definitely. It feels airy, almost. Ideal for warm weather, whether you're diving or just relaxing. And what's clever, I think, is how distinct they are. the Tuxedo and the Atoll. They offer real variety, catering to different tastes, but they still clearly belong to the same Ultradive family.
Right, the core design is still there.
Exactly. It makes you think, doesn't it? How much does the visual story of a watch draw you in beyond just the specs? With these, the look is a big part of the story. You choose the one that kind of resonates with your style, maybe even where you wish you were.
True. Okay, so we've done the outside the case engineering, the looks, but what's actually powering these pieces? Let's talk about the movement.
Right, the engine. Inside both the Tuxedo and the Atoll, you'll find Sherpa's Mantramatic MM01. Now, this is described as a top-grade automatic movement, and it's based on the Sellita SW200-1.
Ah, the Sherpa. That's a well-known base, isn't it? Reliable.
Very much so. A proper Swiss workhorse. Reliable, accurate. It runs at 28,800 vibrations per hour. It's a nice, smooth sweep for the seconds hand. Offers about a 38-hour power reserve. Standard stuff.
Yeah.
And it has hacking seconds. So when you pull the crown out to set the time, the seconds hand stops dead. Lets you sync it precisely.
Okay, solid specs. But here's where it gets really interesting, I thought. It connects back to that deeper story we mentioned. Apparently, two of the wheels inside the movement, they're micro-laser engraved with a Tibetan mantra.
That's quite something.
Directly linking to the Sherpa community's spiritual heritage. You also get a Sherpa-signed rotor and a nice gilt finish on the plates. So it's not just decoration, is it? It grounds the watch in something more. How does that resonate, you think, for an owner, knowing that's inside?
I think it resonates deeply for the right person. It's profound, really. These aren't just functional choices. They show incredible attention to detail, a real connection to the brand's soul, its inspiration. It makes the movement more than just a machine ticking away.
Yeah.
It's like this hidden piece of art carrying a story. It transforms the watch, maybe from just an instrument into something more personal, a bit like a talisman.
A hidden talisman, yeah. Okay, so we've got the engineering, the looks, the art inside the movement, but maybe the real heartbeat beyond the mechanics is Sherpa's commitment to community. The source material really highlights this, and it feels important. A portion of every sale from both the Tuxedo and the Atoll goes to support community projects in the Sherpa regions of Nepal.
Yeah, and this is huge. It's a direct, tangible link back to the people who inspired the original Anakar Sherpas way back when. It adds this really significant layer of ethical responsibility to the brand. It shows they're doing more than just making and selling a luxury item.
No.
It's about giving back, creating a positive impact.
Right.
So for you, the owner, it means your watch isn't just something you bought. It's part of something bigger. It connects you to that Sherpa spirit in a very real way.
What a story it tells then. From that clever historical engineering of the compressor case, through to the modern looks of the Tuxedo and Atoll, the robust movement with those, hidden engravings, and finally tying it all together with that philanthropic connection, these watches really do feel like a blend of heritage, innovation, and, purpose.
Absolutely. It's a great example of reviving a legacy thoughtfully, and maybe, leaves you with something to think about. How does a brand's commitment to its heritage, both the technical side and the cultural side, how does that elevate a product beyond just what it does? What does it mean for you personally when something you own carries not just function, but a story, a legacy, and even a contribution back to a community? It invites you to think about the deeper narratives behind the objects in your life.
That's a great thought to end on. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive today. We really hope you continue to explore the fascinating stories behind the things we admire and use every single day.